has been a team of our middle school students who actually took it upon themselves to make the team. This was a part of their own effort. They created the team, they raised funds for the team, they organized the thought process for the team with the help of their parents, and committed hours and hours and days of work to be able to recognize, to be recognized not only in our town, in our state, in our country, but in the world. Believe it or not, right here in South Windsor, we have our South Windsor Hydrabots team's members who actually have been world recognized in the recent world competition. And this is actually a team of individuals who did it on their own completely. Recognized for placing third place worldwide in the team spirit and core values category, 23rd place worldwide in robotics, and 7th place amongst US teams in robotics at the first LEGO League World Festival. So the first student to be recognized is Sivani Arvapali. Tracy Duan. And Samarat Masarur. Siddharth Masarur. Arif Nair. And Rishab Murali. Michael Cole. And Pranav Ramesh. Daniel Wan. And ask you to show us some of the work that you have done, and then would love to listen to your program and then talk to us and introduce yourselves as well in a little bit. So go ahead, welcome, and thank you.
Sure.
Regionals, we went on to our state competition where we placed second, and we were the only team from Connecticut to represent. I don't think I need to say that. Okay. We were second in our state, and we represented the state of Connecticut in the World Championships, where there was over 100 teams in just our division. But in our Kobo Center, where our competition placed, we had over 5,000 people competing. And for FLL, does someone want to explain about the robot? So there's 3 parts in FLL, robot, research, and core value.
So for the robot, there are 2 parts. There's the mechanical side and there's the programming. So I'll be talking a little bit about the programming. So for our programming, we used a special software called LEGO Mindstorm's EV3 Teacher Edition. The Teacher Edition gave us more access to features that made it simpler to program. So we used various sensors as well. We'll explain more in the building section. But we used LabVIEW to program these sensors to tell our robot what to do. So this made it very simple and efficient. And FLL also looks for simple programs that are easy to understand, and they want to make sure that you're using all the techniques that that the EV3 set gives you. So we used MyBlocks, which are a way of repeating code over and over again without having to have that long string of code. You just have one block that represents that long string of code. So the reason we code is we have 18 missions on our board, which we have to program the robot to do and those tasks. And we have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to do it. So our robot must be designed very efficiently, and we have to have fast programming that allows our robot to complete these tasks in the fastest time possible. So we have to also change out some parts so that we can accomplish the missions in an efficient way. So how we built those, I'll let Pranav talk about how we built those parts and how we were able to efficiently program our robot.
So our robot was lightweight, small, and compact, so it could fit in all the tight spaces. But it was also equally average in weight, so that it can move around easily and move attachments along with it. So our robot had two large motors, and those motors were used for controlling the wheels, the drivetrain. And then our robot also had two medium motors, and these medium motors were used to control attachments that would carry out the missions and collect items or perform certain tasks like picking up a pipe or putting down a new one. And then we also had a variety of different sensors. We had two color sensors, and these color sensors were used to measure light and color. For example, we used these two color sensors when we were pulling up towards a black line before backing up and flushing the toilet, which was part of one of the missions. We also had one gyro sensor, and this gyro sensor was used to measure turn, and this helped us provide an accurate way to move our robot around to make it go perfectly straight and turn accurately to the amount of degrees we wanted. So below here is another robot. This is not one we took to the World Championship, but it's one that demonstrates how we have to use certain knowledge to perform particular tasks. So this robot is a sumo robot, and if you've seen any sumo wrestlers or sumo robots that do their job, you know that they have to try and move each other out of the arena. So this robot will detect anything within a 9-inch radius and attempt to move it out, and it'll keep doing so until it's successful. So as you can see, it saw the robot and it's pushing it out. Now if I keep it, for example, over here, for example, I think it's on my hand, so now you can see it's pushing out this controller. So this is one of the many tasks. Something like this is what we had to do in our robot, and so yeah. Now I'd like to give it to Arav to talk about the prototype.
Okay, so the second part of FL level, or the first level lead program, is a research problem. So we have to come up with a problem and solve the problem. This year's topic was water.
Okay, so we first started our research about how much water an average, a typical family household uses. So we discovered that in 1 month, a typical household would use about 6,300 gallons. And we found that very astonishing because that amount is pretty high. So we wanted to find a solution that would help reduce that amount.
So to reduce the amount of water we use, we decided that we should reuse the water that we are currently using, because when we, for example, toilets use clean water even though you don't need clean water for toilets. So we decided to create a filtration system that would filter out the gray water, which is water that has already been used, and filter it out, clean it, and then use it again for stuff like toilets that again doesn't need clean water.
So this is our prototype. We designed it as like a smaller model of our actual model that we came up with. So it would take the gray water and black water and put it through pre-existing pipes and filter it with a wire mesh that is in here. That mesh, the first level would filter out bigger particles, so it wouldn't clog the microfiltration level as it would come afterwards. So next would be our microfiltration level. which filters out to 0.2 micron. And to put it in perspective, a diameter of a human strand of hair is 60 microns. And then
Okay, so the first two levels are getting the bacteria and germs out, but of course there are very small bacteria that will get through those systems, and that's where ultraviolet comes in. So ultraviolet doesn't kill bacteria, but what it does is that it sterilizes them so that they can't reproduce. So eventually the bacteria will die out without leaving any offspring, and at that point the water is almost clean, but there's one last step, and that last step is pH. So pH is the level of acidity in water, and the safe level is 7. So this the pH sensor will detect the level and then put in solutions to increase or reduce the level to that safe level of 7. So that is our prototype of our solution. So now I'm going to hand it over on to Rishabh for the final part of FOL.
So the final part of our journey through FOL is core values. And so we had 4 major parts of core values, which are discovery, integration, competition, and inclusion. Discovery is what we discovered throughout our journey in FLL. So, like, for example, discovering ways to use water and like how to reuse it. Integration is how we integrated our knowledge into our daily life. So, we during school we would know how to know new ways of teamwork. We would learn how to work together through this, and it would make our life much easier in our daily life. We had competition, which is how we helped other people around, how we helped other teams around us. And as you can see in this picture, we're showing our prototype to 4 new teams that formed around South Windsor because of us. And our final one is inclusion, and that's how we included everybody. So for example, if someone was feeling down, we would always get them into one of our sections, like the robot or the prototype, so that they could feel included, and we would try our best to make sure that they were happy. So now I'm going to give the mic to someone who's going to explain the rest.
So, gracious professionalism is also one of the main parts of core values. So basically what gracious professionalism means is it's like helping out a team, or simply just stopping by at their pit and saying good luck or congratulations if they did something, they won something. So an example of when we did a gracious professionalism, so last year, somebody's robot fell down, and we helped them get the parts together and rebuild it.
I would just like to add on one thing. So at Worlds, they give out around 30 awards to the 110 teams that competed. And fortunately, our team, we got 3rd in core values, and it was really amazing. And our experience at World was also amazing. We got to meet so many new people, we got to look at all the different pits, we learned so much, and each and every team had different solutions and a different way that their robot works. So it's so cool to look at how everyone comes together.
So FLL was not only a educational journey, but it also provided us a new opportunity to look at different robots that were created at World Championship, and we learned so much that we can now apply in future projects. Like, for example, if we're making a robot for a high school team for the FRC, now we know all this knowledge to contribute to them. So this has greatly impacted us.